2021, another blistering year of climate and weather extremes, from wildfires and drought to catastrophic flooding and hurricanes. Almost no state escaping unscathed. This year seemed to pick up where 2020 left off, with one major exception. 4 years after withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement, newly elected President Joe Biden bringing the U.S. back into the fold.
We can no longer delay or do the bare minimum to address climate change.
The deal bringing together world leaders pledging to do their part to stop the Earth from warming past 1.5 degrees Celsius. Scientists say any warming beyond 2 degrees would be catastrophic. But as winter carried on, Texas endured a cataclysmic event when extreme Arctic cold, caused by a breakdown in the polar vortex, sent icy air plunging south, crippling the state's power grid, leaving residents freezing without water and in the dark for days.
We haven't had water for 10 days. For the first couple of days, we were collecting snow and melting the snow.
With the climate changing faster than ever before, what unfolded in Texas may no longer be a once-in-a-lifetime event. This tragedy exposing one of the most fragile parts of our country, its crumbling and ill-fitted infrastructure. In the Northwest, it was sporadic weather patterns connected to climate change that created a once-in-a-millennia heat wave, resulting in some of the highest temperatures ever recorded in the region. Temperatures in Portland, Seattle, and parts of Canada soaring well above 100 degrees. At least 228 people dying in Washington state and Oregon alone.
Electricity went off. And so it's quickly getting warmer and warmer.
Kicking off an unprecedented summer of heat, 2021 will go down in history as the hottest summer on record for the United States. Mega fires in the West burning for months. The Bootleg Fire in Oregon becoming the state's biggest this year, burning more than 413,000 acres. The Dixie Fire becoming the second largest to ever scorch parts of California.
I didn't know where I was, whose house is what, and it was just a wasteland.
We're just grateful to be alive. We got each other.
The 2021 hurricane season, while not as prolific as the record-shattering 2020, was still an overachiever. There were 21 named storms, including 7 hurricanes, 4 of which were Category 3 or higher. Category 4 Hurricane Ida lashing Louisiana, still recovering from last year's 4 landfalls.
We are looking at imminent landfall of this storm.
The deadly hurricane flattening entire communities, leaving millions of people in Louisiana without power, some outages lasting for months. Ida then slashed a path of destruction into the Northeast, dumping up to 10 inches of rain in some parts of the region. Several areas seeing one-night all-time record high totals for the month of September. New York City taking a direct hit from the tropical storm, with subways turning into walls of water and floods pushing cars down streets. The storm once again turning deadly when basement apartments were submerged, trapping residents. While the East got too much water, the bone-dry West, in its second decade of extreme drought, finally hit a tipping point. Lake Mead dropping to its lowest level on record ever, triggering severe, unprecedented restrictions over how much water states could use from the connecting Colorado River system, hitting Arizona agriculture the hardest.
The pie is shrinking, and there's going to be less water for everyone in the 21st century.
To help address the country's mounting issues, the bipartisan infrastructure bill was signed into law in November. Included are historic levels of funding for climate resilience and weatherization, clean energy investments, and capping orphaned oil and gas wells.
Despite the cynics, Democrats and Republicans can come together and deliver results.
This should be where the story ends, and once did, until a wild and rare week of extreme weather struck in December. Tornadoes tearing through Kentucky and neighboring states, killing scores and leveling multiple towns. Entire communities left in ruins.
Mayfield will be okay. It's just going to be a long time.
Just 5 days later, an historic storm leaving a trail of destruction stretching from the West Coast to the Great Lakes. Minnesota recording its first ever tornado in the month of December. As 2021 comes to a close, a country weary from a prolonged pandemic braces for what is certain to be another year of extremes. I'm Al Roker, NBC News.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.